quick video. Tell me some things that people are going to be surprised about Hawaii.
Well, depends what part of the country you come from, but people are very friendly. That kind of surprised me. Nobody honks at you on the road, and they let you in when you put your signal on, and they merge properly. That's number one. The food is amazing. The poke is to die for, and their desserts, their pastries are fabulous. So I think the food is like crazy good. I think that the price of stuff in the grocery store is wowza, like really expensive stuff in the grocery store.
Give us an example.
A bag of lettuce for $6.99 when you can get it like 2 for $5 at home. Avocados for $3.50, locally grown. You can get them for 99 cents at home. So those are, I think, watermelons I saw for like $10.99. And I think we're getting them for like $3.99. So yeah, stuff like that's really expensive. Gas is a little high, but you kind of expect it where it is. Surprises me about how many people have solar panels, but then looking into it, electricity per kilowatt hour is about double here as the rest of the country. So solar panels must be definitely something that they need to keep their money or keep their spending down. We've seen a lot of hybrid cars. We saw a lot of Priuses, a lot of Nissan Leafs. We've seen Teslas, a lot of charging points we've seen. So from that respect, they're progressive. They've got wind power to generate electricity. So they're starting to do conservation as well.
Okay. Would you say you found electric chargers like at Whole Foods?
Yeah, just normal places. Even at the Polynesian Culture Center, there was a charging station. We saw them at Whole Foods. We saw them at other grocery store areas. It's designated spots for electric vehicles.
Were you surprised to see Target here?
Target, Walmart, I guess a little bit, but I mean it is the United States. I mean, what's a city without Target? I mean.
So what are some things that people would not like about Hawaii?
Wow. What could you not like about Hawaii? I guess if you want to go somewhere fast, you're not going to go anywhere fast because it's mostly 2-lane roads around with 35-mile-an-hour zones. But I think that's awesome because it gives you a chance to see the beauty. I mean, I think it is expensive to live here. I think that might be housing, I would imagine, is crazy. We talked to somebody who said just trying to find an apartment for $2,000, a 2-bedroom apartment, is difficult. But I mean, really, it's just a quiet, polite society that moves, a little slower. They're not crazy here like they can be sometimes in the big cities. And I think if you like that kind of lifestyle, I do think there's a little bit of being isolated. It was hard for me to think sometimes I was actually in the U.S. And so, you forget that, they have what we have, but yet they don't because they're so far away. I mean, they're literally 6-hour flight to mainland U.S. So, I mean, there's things that happen every day in the U.S. that they just are oblivious to.
There's a faux pas about blowing car horns, right?
I'm not quite sure.
Did anyone blow at you?
No, not a single
person. Did anyone
person.
cut you off?
Not a single. And people actually stop for pedestrians. That was crazy. I mean, not only do they stop, but like we didn't have the right of way and they stopped. I mean, we were at a zebra crossing crossing and people actually stopped. I mean, before it was clear for us. So, I mean, that was crazy. We had a police car stop for us once and multiple cars stop for people. I mean, pedestrians definitely have the right of way here, which is awesome.
Did you find that it got dark early?
Well, the days are short. They don't have daylight savings time. So, yeah, sunsets were a couple hours earlier than they are back in Florida, but yeah, the days are definitely shorter. It gets hot, heats up pretty quick, and then it cools down a lot more here than it does. A lot of people here don't actually have air conditioning, which surprised me. Obviously, all the areas we stayed had air conditioning, but one of the restaurants we went in didn't have AC. And the one person we spoke to said, yeah, that many of the homes don't. It's expensive to run AC, and it always cools down to the 70s or below at night. And since the days are shorter, they don't have as much sunlight out. So So yeah, that was surprising to me that a climate like this people wouldn't have air conditioning.
Okay. And what island did you visit in Hawaii?
We visited Honolulu, and we stayed. I can't remember the name of the city, but we stayed by the Brigham Young University, and this little area here is a dry little city, and everything was closed on Sunday. I mean everything, including like Subway and Pizza Hut and all that. Everything was closed on Sunday in this little village. Which is kind of nice. It was quiet. I think people spend a lot of time with their families. I saw a lot more families. Saw kids running around, and shoot, they were playing in the field, playing soccer and whatnot, all barefoot. Everybody's barefoot here, which all the little kids, and it's kind of neat. Saw a lot of families together. I think it seems to me a little bit more family orientated than it is. People take time for each other here. It seems it's the feeling I got.
Mm-hmm. Did you see wild chickens?
Oh, everywhere. Sitting down eating, and they just kind of, roosters and chickens, they just kind of, they're just quite happy to come up and beg for food. And there were actually, speaking of begging for food, there were a lot of homeless people. You don't think of a city like this or a place like this having homeless people. I mean, it makes sense, it's so expensive, but a lot of homeless people. One thing we did do, I don't know what segued me into homeless people, but we did go to Pearl Harbor, which was an amazing moving experience, and if anybody has a chance to see that, I think it's very, very much worth it. We also did horseback riding, which was awesome because we got to go up in the mountains and see the ocean and the countryside with a different perspective, which was really cool.
Okay. What about the food trucks?
Oh, food trucks are to die for. I mean, the shrimp are not shrimp; they are large. They're huge. I don't think I've ever had such big shrimp. I understand most of them are farm raised. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but yeah, they're succulent. The food we ate here, the shaved ice, just amazing. It's stuff that is, and coming from Florida, you think we would have the best seafood around too, but the shrimp here are to die for. Garlic shrimp, poke, which is the tuna, yum.
Okay, thank you.